slow players will have their arms flatten out when they run. Fast players will keep their arms at a 90-degree angle and go right past their pockets, right up to their cheek. Now fellas, the reason why you don't want your arms to flatten out when you run is that you're not getting any type of drive in the direction that you are trying to go when you are sprinting, right? So like if you're running, like a good percentage of the momentum that you generate when you were trying to sprint, when you were trying to run fast, comes from your upper body, and you want to be able to drive towards, I guess you could say, the target or the finish line, just like how you want to drive with your strides, right? But if you're running and you're here and then you flatten out, your arms aren't really doing anything, you guys. So you want to try to keep as sharp of a 90-degree angle as possible. Be relaxed. You don't want to be super tense. Be relaxed and just let your shoulders swing you, because when your shoulders swing your arms at a 90-degree angle, you're generating more force and more momentum to the finish line while you're sprinting. Now fellas, before we get into the rest of this video, if you're a quarterback or wide receiver watching this and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're traveling out to 15 different cities across the entire US for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camp. So guys, if you want to sign up, go to that very first link in the description below. That is where you can get all the information. Our camps are a little bit different. What we do is we limit spots for each position group. We go ages 9 all the way up to like 16 and above, but we separate everybody by age, and in your group it is going to be a small group environment, because our goal is to work with each one of you guys individually. If you guys screw up, we're going to tell you what you did wrong, how to fix it on the little minor details of the quarterback and wide receiver position. So we limit spots, and all of our camps will sell out. Our first 3 camps this year only have about 6 to 10 spots remaining, so those will be sold out probably by the end of next week at the maximum. So guys, go to that very first link in the description below if you would like to sign up. Our next 3 camps are going to be in San Francisco, California, Phoenix, Arizona, and then we'll be heading out to Orlando, Florida. After that, we're going to be coming out to Columbia, South Carolina, then Seattle, Washington, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Nashville, Tennessee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, then Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado, Columbus, Ohio, Boston, Massachusetts, Salt Lake City, Utah, and finishing it off in Los Angeles, California. So guys, again, want some info, very first link in that description below. Now something slow players do is they have their heel cave down and hit the ground when they stride. Something fast players do is only have the ball of their foot hit the ground, and they have a slight gap between their heel and the ground when they run. Now when it comes to speed, something that is important is your strides and how you are driving with your strides, driving your knee up. They call that knee drive. And if you guys run and you strike the ground with your ball of your foot and your heel hits the ground, it's hard for you to push off of this foot, because your heel is the slowest and least explosive part of your foot to drive the opposite knee up. And that's why a lot of you guys don't get your knees up when you stride, which can limit your speed. So if you guys stay on the ball of your foot and the heel doesn't cave down, you're going to be able to push off the ball of your foot to drive your knee up, gain more distance on your strides, which will ultimately help you with speed. Now something slow players do is they just train to train. Now fast players train for speed. Now fellas, what do I mean by that? I mean that like if you're trying to get faster in the gym, there are certain things that you need to do to actually improve your speed, and it will be helping you increase something in your body called fast twitch muscle fibers. So every single athlete, every single person on earth has 2 types of muscle fibers in their body. They have slow twitch fibers and fast twitch fibers. Slow twitch fibers is what you would use if you were going to run around this school, like, you know, and run like a couple miles at a time, because you're at a jog pace and it's very, very slow. Fast twitch fibers is if you were running a 40-yard dash, right? So athletes who tend to be faster have a higher count of fast twitch muscle fibers in your body, and that's something that you can improve. In the gym is one of the ways that you can do that. So in the gym, like, I get it if you have to try to gain weight, maybe you have to do those bodybuilding type exercises, but if that's the only thing that you're doing, you're not actually helping your speed or training as an athlete in the gym like you should be. So what are exercises that help with that? Box jumps, anything like plyometric where you're having to explode off of 1 foot, jump over something, a broad jump, whatever. Anything in terms of like an Olympic lift where you're doing like a hang clean or like a push jerk over the top of your head, where you're exerting all out effort to move the weight, and the goal is to move the weight fast. And if you focus on those types of things, trust me, you guys will be a much faster player on the field if you have the correct running mechanics, you have the correct running form, and you're training how you should be training. But make sure you train for speed, not just train to be like a bodybuilder. Again, it's okay if you have to gain weight, but you cannot neglect those explosive movements.